Well, we have a very large pile of silver here to share with you all. It's the 8th iteration of our 100 gram silver forum bars. They are now in the pre-release phase. We're going to tell you all about them in this video and a little bit of the history of these bars and how you can get involved, support the forum, and of course, our poured silver. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, and I love sharing them with you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we look at these absolutely stunning bars of silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to our very large array of 100 gram silver forum bars that I have now finished, completed, and they are up for sale on the Silver Forum. So for those that might not know, we work with the Silver Forum to create branded bars and rounds, and it is now the turn of the 100 gram bars to be released. They are in their pre-sale period right now, and there's information down in the description box of how you can get involved and get hold of one of these bars if you would like to support both our poured silver brand and the Silver Forum. So we'll talk a little bit about that in this video, but also just salivate over 175 100 gram bars all laid out on the table. You can see the size comparison of my hands. It's a magnificent sight, and it's always a pleasure to work with the Silver Forum, creating their branded products and supporting the forum. Some of the proceeds of the sales of these bars goes directly to the forum to help them continue to provide an incredible resource and service for the community. So if you're interested, as I said, there's a link in the description. You can go and check out the forum. They've been a partner with us for a very long time, and in my opinion, it's the single best precious metal community out there. It's just phenomenal. So go and check them out if you're interested. For now though, we're just going to share you a little bit of information about these bars. There will be some more videos coming out about these in due course. I've got a little sort of making of video to show some of the process that we go through on these. So I'll tell you a little bit about them here and now, but the process video that I'll share probably in a few weeks' time when they go up for general release is quite interesting because it's a labor of love. And every year that we've done these, it's the same. And I like to think that my skill is getting better. And in a subsequent video, you will see the whole 8 years worth of these that we've done from 2017 up to now. And they have, I think, got phenomenally better over time. I don't often like to blow my own trumpet too much, but I think that I have mastered my craft to a certain degree. There's always room for improvement for sure. But it is a labor of love, and for those that perhaps don't know, pouring silver is not an easy thing. So these are premium products for First Up. We are not selling these as cheap bits of silver. They take time, energy, effort, resources. We hallmark every single piece. So here you can see at the bottom of the bars, the Edinburgh Assay Office hallmarking. I'm very proud that I hallmark every single piece. It's this extra step. With these hallmarks, it is a guarantee that this is indeed pure fine silver, 999 fine silver, made by me, the BYB logo, and the Z year for 2024. So it's this extra layer of protection, but that costs money to do, and I think it's well worth it. It's just the best thing, and if you are if you're protected as a consumer, I think that's just only a good thing to have. So that's why we always do them. And they're made all completely by hand. So we don't use a press. And you'll see this in the making of video. We don't use any kind of machinery to stamp these bars. It's literally all done with hands, hammers and anvils, and it's a labor of love from that perspective. I have boshed my hands numerous times. There's literally blood, sweat and tears that have gone into the making of these bars, and sometimes there's nothing worse than getting a really pretty bar and then completely messing up the stamping and having the pickaxe logo off center or the 100 gram jumping and making a double impression. We take a lot of care and pride over the bars that we make, and I think that's something that I've always tried to do and set apart for the Backyard Bullion brand. And I think that shows with 8 years now that we've been doing these bars. It's really quite something special. In fact, I think I've got my little box here. Yes, I do. So I have my own little collection of Silver Forum bars and rounds. Here we go. These are all the ones that I have for my collection because I get to have serial number 2 of each of these every year. So if we get all the 100 grammars out, because that's the video that we're doing, it's really kind of cool to see that progression. And as a creator, as somebody who is inherently a little bit creative, it's really nice to see them come together. So here we have 2017, 18, 19, 20. I'm not going to be able to hold all of these in one hand, am I? I'll tell you what I'll do is we'll close this box. Lovely old box that I had from back in the days when I got started. Believe it or not, all of the poured silver that I would ever make would be put into this box. I call it my stock box. And then we just got really very big, and I needed a bigger box. You always need a bigger box. So here we go. Let's get all of the subsequent years. We need to zoom out just a wee bit more, don't we? There we go. So 8 years now we've been making these bars, and you can definitely see the progression in the skill. We started out by just literally hand stamping every single number. And I just want to say a big thank you to Chris Silver on the Silver Forum, who owns the forum, who put faith in us to help create some branded products for the Silver Forum. You know, we very much were at the time of early 2017. This was a fledgling sort of idea business, and it was an incredible thing to have. 2018, we then expanded by getting an actual 100-gram stamp made. We didn't have the date year stamps made at those points. The stamps that we have are fairly pricey when you make them, when you get a good stamp, good quality stamp that will last you a long time. So then in 2019, we bit that bullet and we decided, you know what, it's going to make it look, there we go, come on, focus camera, going to make it look a lot more professional. So we have the 2019 and then the 2020s and so on had the proper year stamps on them each time. The really cool thing about seeing this progression is I do think you can see my skill evolve over time. So we've got sort of the plain silver bars here with the nice ripples, but you know, you progress up the chain here and they're just even better. You know, stamping over deep ripples makes these incredible effects on the bars with the pickaxes. It's so cool. And what I also love to see is the alphabet progression of the hole marking. So as I mentioned earlier, the Z number here, or Z letter I should say, is for the 2024 year date, and that changes every year. So you can see S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. We've finished the alphabet, so 2025 is going to be the start of a new alphabet. I think A, I think it will be, and it will be slightly different font than what has been used in the previous years, which I think is fascinating. So hole marking is a big must, and it's like an extra layer of protection. It's an extra layer of guarantee, because I theoretically could go and pour another bar like this, and I could put 100-gram 2017 on it and go, hey look, we've got 2017 bars. Or somebody else could go and pour bars like this and do the same thing. But because these hallmarks are on it, you'll know it's never going to be faked. It's never going to be something that anyone can fake. So I think that's a really nice addition to our brand and what we do. So yeah, it's really exciting. Now, one person mentioned earlier in the year when we did the 1 ounce bars for the forum is that this is the 8th year that we've done them. We're going to get an interesting milestone in 2 years' time. 2026 will be the 10th bars. So what will we do? Well, I definitely have been thinking about it, and I like the idea of rewarding the customers who've been following these bars all the way. And there are quite a few people who buy every single year. And that's part of the sort of pre-release phase that we're going through now, where if you owned serial number 2, well, that's me, but if you owned a particular serial number from a previous year, you get first right of refusal. And every year there are people who will take up their bars once again. And there are people out there who now have a collection of all 8. And when we get to 10, I think we'll be rewarding people who've got a full date run of 10. I think that's a really special thing to do. I know we're going to do some giveaways, and I know we're probably going to have some extra little bits of silver to pop in to each package as well. I like the idea of doing a kilo bar. I like the idea of that, and having maybe just one of them. And maybe the people who have one, or a full set of them, 10, will be entered into the chance to win that or something. I don't know. We'll have to work out exactly what that will look like, but it's going to be exciting. So we're still a few years off that, but it's really cool to complete this project for this year. It's always a very long, arduous one, although I say we haven't completed it yet. We've got to actually post out all these bars to their new owners in the due course. So yeah, there we go. It's a really fun project to do, and a huge thank you to everybody on the Silver Forum who has supported this project all the way from the beginning, or even if you're just supporting it from 2024, it means a lot. Now, if you're interested, there are links in the description box below where you can find out all the pricing and everything. There are various different prices available for different memberships on the forum, so go and check those out. That's why I haven't really mentioned it in this video. If you want them, you want them. They are premium products at the end of the day. They go a long way to support what we do here on YouTube, and they also go a long way to support the Silver Forum. So if you're interested, you know how to get in touch. And if you've got a bar from previous year, so if you are bar number 96 owner, then get in touch because your bar is available and ready to be purchased. So there we go. That's, I think, all I have to say on the matter. There will be, as I said, a video in a few weeks' time showing the making of process of these videos, of the bars. I think it's a really interesting process and one to share, that it's not just as simple as silver in a crucible, job done. We put a lot of care and attention and love and time and energy into these things, and I want to share how that is done. That's it. Thank you all for watching, and for the Backyard Bullion Ramblers, I say you are very, very cool, but you're not as cool as the super extra special cool Kids Club members. Thank you very much for all of your support on the channel. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.